The World Health Organization has suggested some guidelines for the diagnosis of leptospirosis using clinical, epidemiological, serological and culture results of leptospiral illness. This scoring system is called Fain's criteria or modified Fain's criteria for our conditions. Look at here on the left hand side, we have the clinical illness and the score given. Headache is a very common, intense severe headache is a very common presentation and feature of leptospiral illness. Fever with temperature more than 39. Fever 2 points, but if the temperature is more than 39, give another 2 points. Conjunctival suffusion, conjunctival injection, subconjunctival hemorrhages, give 4 points. Meningism, signs of meningism, 4 points. Muscle pain, particularly the calf muscles, the buttock muscles, the muscle pain due to myositis is very common in this disease and that gets 4 points. The patient presents with jaundice, remember only 1 point is given because jaundice is much more commoner due to other causes than due to leptospirosis. That is why the weightage given to jaundice in the diagnosis of leptospirosis is less. Whereas presence of albumin, increase in the creatinine likewise can be due to many diseases, that is why the weightage is very less. So, these are all the clinical manifestations like headache, fever, high temperature, conjunctival injection, meningism, muscle pain, jaundice and renal dysfunction features. All these total up to 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 10, 20 points one can expect from the clinical presentation. Now, we have got 3 epidemiological features. Is it due to an illness that occurs after the rainfall, post monsoon period, or are there a period of rains in the last 1 week or 10 days and patients start getting fever, then one should think of leptospirosis. And then contaminated water, is there any chance of the patient getting in contact with the contaminated water, give 4 points. And if the patient has got an occupation which has got contact with the animals, like the butchers, the abattoirs, the veterinarians and the farmers, whoever comes into contact, then again the weightage is given of 1 point. So, these contribute to 10 points. Then of course, you have ELISA IgM positive 15 points, SAT positive 15 points, MAT very high titer positive 25 points, MAT showing a paired samples raising titer which is diagnostic of recent infection 25 points. So, immunologically we have 45 plus 25 70 points and 10 for the epidemiological factors and 20 for the clinical factors. Of course, if one has got a culture result which is positive, it is of course definitive, there is no need to give any points for that, but barring the culture result all others are given some points. If the patient scores 25 or more points, the diagnosis of leptospirosis is highly reasonable and presumptive. Whereas a score of 20 to 25, that is less than 25 but more than 20, it could be possibly leptospirosis. Any score less than 20 is not due to leptospirosis, that is illness is not due to leptospirosis. This works very well as a clinical yardstick for us to decide whether a particular patient has got leptospiral illness or not, because we need to start the treatment quite early and we need to have a good yardstick and to decide whether it is a case of leptospirosis, presumptive case or a possible case or a non-case of leptospirosis. So, the approach to diagnosis is if the patient presents with clinical features of febrile illness with headache, muscle pain, subconjunctival hemorrhage, any of the classical picture resembling leptospirosis, then he could be in the leptospiremic phase in the first 7 days, or it could be in immune phase after the 7 days. In the leptospiremic phase, we have 2 tests, the blood culture and PCR. Both of them are not suitable because PCR being very costly, blood culture being sort of very delayed in its results. Blood culture is not readily available, they are not easily cultivable, special media are required, it takes few weeks to month or 2 for the result to come. So much so in the very early phase of the leptospiremic phase, the diagnosis of leptospirosis is purely on the clinical features, in which case the previous chart of Fiennes criteria come handy to diagnose the disease. In the immune phase, of course, we have got the ELISA and the slide agglutination test, and if these are positive, we can certainly in a clinical patient with clinical illness suggestive of leptospirosis, if ELISA and or MSAT are positive, we can think of leptospirosis as a presumptive diagnosis. But if the ELISA or MSAT are negative, we need to repeat it after a gap of 3 or 4 days, and if repeated tests are negative even at the end of second week, then it rules out leptospirosis. The value of MAT we have seen already. MAT straight away it is positive, it could be present infection or old infection. Only raising titers or very high titers or seroconversion will be useful. Again, MAT is a very costly test, it is not available everywhere, only specialized laboratories can do it. So the application of MAT is rather limited. So much so, what do we have in our hand? The clinical presentation and the ELISA and the MSAT. These are the only things we have to diagnose. In the first week, rely on clinical features. If you have any doubt, start antibiotic treatment, which will be in line with the leptospiral illness, which will fit in for the leptospiral illness. Whereas in the second week onwards, ELISA and MSAT, ELISA or MSAT can give you a clue whether it is leptospirosis or not. And of course, the Fiennes criteria again must be remembered and can be applied as a useful tool.